Hi guys, it's Art, ForeignMRE.com, and today we've got this awesome menu number 9, pork chow mein. It's 1994. It's a brown bag. You can hear that. It sounds like something's broken inside, so figured we'd go ahead and review it. There's a tear notch on the top. We're not going to use that. We're going to use the world's smallest knife, and we'll slice it open from the back and see how that goes. And then we'll take a look inside and see what's actually broken inside. First thing we have is the pork chow mein, and look at the ingredients. There's hardly anything in there. I'm looking for a date code on it now, and it's the 61st day of 1994. Here we have the old-fashioned flameless ration heater. I'm trying to find a date, but there's not one on there. Sometimes there's a date on the older ones, so fold that up and put that out of the way. Next thing we have is a beverage-based powder. It's a cherry flavor. It's the 26th day of 1994, and it feels good. It's not clogged, not clumpy. It appears to be in pretty good shape. We'll see when we open it. And here we have a package of peanut butter. And looking at it, there's the date code at the bottom. Let's see, it looks like it's the 28th day of 1994. And here we have a package of standard issue crackers. It's the 158th day of 1994. And look at it, it looks perfect. It looks like it has a good seal. And this is a package of dried pears. It's got the date of 341st day of 1993. It's got a good vacuum on it. Looking forward to that. And here we have an oatmeal cookie, chocolate flavored. It looks like it's in perfect condition. It's 124th day of 1994, and I can't wait to get into that. Look at it. It's got a good seal. I'm pretty sure it's going to be good. And here we have the noodles chow mein, and you can hear it rattling. That's what was rattling in the box. So, what is that? The 146th day of 1994. I thought the ration was broken, something was loose, but that's what it was. So we're in good shape. And we have the standard issue MRE spoon. We might use it, we might not. And we have the accessory pack. And it's got the 152nd day of 1994. So let's open that up and see what's all inside. First thing we have is a package of Tabasco sauce. It looks like it's supposed to be the red, not the green. It's a little bit off color, but what do you expect after all these years? And we've got the non-dairy coffee creamer. 4 grams. It doesn't have any milk in it, so it should be okay. It's not hard. It's still loose in the package. We have 4 grams of iodized salt. And we have a package of Taster's Choice. Now, we need to be careful with this. It's known to have mold in it, so we'll look at that when we put it in the cup. And we have a refreshing towelette. It's got the ingredients there, mostly water. And we have the standard issue toilet paper. Now, it's really amazing that this toilet paper hasn't changed. Even the new rations have the same toilet paper. And 6 grams of Domino's sugar. Sugar appears to be in great condition. And we have a standard package of green matches, red tip. Says it won't strike when but we're going to go ahead and try to strike it, and there it goes. So took 2 strikes. It's lit, and I set it down, and to my surprise, it didn't go out. So I had to make sure it was extinguished properly. And here we have 2 chiclet gums, standard issue. And that's everything in the menu number 9. And we're back. We've got everything laid out on the tray. And first thing I want to do is get the flameless ration heater and get it going. I'm still looking for a date. I can't find a date on it, so Let's go ahead and open it up. Now, a lot of times these older flameless ration heaters, they don't take off very good. So we put the salt in. I learned that from watching other reviewers. And what is it, 6 grams of salt. So, and here it is in the back. And you can look at the heating element. It's a cardboard type, which is very outdated. So we're going to put the main in. Now, for me, and the main's hard to get in. It's just that the flameless ration heater is just not quite wide enough. But typically, I'll fold the flaps in, and it slides in perfect. This time, I don't know. I wasn't thinking. So we're going to move the heating element up into the middle, and we'll get some water, and there we go. And now we've got the fill line on the bottom. Just don't overfill. I've overfilled them a few times, and it's not that big of a deal. Of course, you fill a half a bag up, and you've got a problem. So I'll fold it over so I can give it a shake, and without making a mess. And as everybody knows, I usually make a mess. So shake, 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 and I'm feeling the back of it now to see if it's starting to kick off. Typically, the new ones will already kicked off. And as you can see, all of the cardboard wasn't saturated. So we'll go ahead and put that down. And we're going to go ahead and fast forward this and see if we can see any movement in the flameless ration heater. Okay, really nothing. Again, I'm feeling the back of it, and there's no heat coming off of it. So we'll shake it up again and see. And again, nothing. But it's starting to get a little air inside there. So I think at this point we'll just set it off to the side, and if we have to, we can go with plan B. Now we've got the ForeignMRE.com coffee mug, and we're going to use the Taster's Choice. We have to be careful with the Taster's Choice and make sure there's not any mold in there. After all, it is 26 years old. And, I always have trouble with these packages. It never fails. It's just, I don't know. It looks like it's simple to open, and for me, I always seem to have a problem, but finally I got it. So let's pour it out, and we'll get a close look, and we'll see if there's any mold in there. And as of right now, wow, look at that. It looks really good. I don't see any mold. So we'll put that in a coffee cup, and we'll put a little hot water in there. Now, usually I put too much water. I try to put about 1/3 of a cup in, and that's usually enough. But and this time I got it. So now we've got the sugar, and we'll put the sugar in, and just the right amount of sugar. It's about 1 teaspoon of sugar. And here's the non-dairy coffee creamer, and like I said earlier, if that had been actual milk in there, it wouldn't be any good. But it still felt good. It still felt like it was powder. Let's pour it out and take a look at it, and look at that. It looks just like it would have 26 years ago when I put it in the package. So I'm going to take a little taste, and I don't want to pour it in and ruin the coffee, but it tastes good. So I'm going to go ahead and go with it, and look how fast it dissolved. So we've got the ForeignMRE.com spork, and we're going to give it a good stir, and let's set that off to the side. And look at that. Now the ration heater finally took off. As you can see, look at the lower right hand part of the screen. Look at all that steam. I mean, it's really working, and wow, it was very, very hot. And we'll get the water, and now I'm looking for the cherry drink, but it's right in front of me. Okay, so finally I find it. It says to add, there's 34 grams in the package. It says to add it to 12 ounces of water. And again, I'm showing you the date, and if you can pause it if you want to read the instructions. I think this is going to be really good. It wasn't clumpy. Look at that. It's just a lot of nice looking powder. So we'll pour that in. And as I'm pouring, I'm looking to make sure there's no mold or any clumps or anything that might have to be concerned with. All right. So now I'm showing you the ForeignMRE.com titanium spork. And we're going to go ahead and give that a quick stir. And as you can see, it's dissolving perfect. There's no floaties. Really, to my surprise, 26 years old and no floaties at all. So we'll set that, we'll take a look at that. Now we'll set it off to the side. Next thing we want to do is get out the noodles for the pork chow mein. And this is what I thought was something was broken in the bag, but it wasn't. It was these noodles here, and I think these are some kind of they're nice and crispy. They had a little bit of a stale kind of smell to them, but they taste all right. If you know what kind of noodles these are, leave it in the comments. I couldn't find any ingredients on the bag. And look at that, perfect. So we set that off to the side. And next thing I want to do is let's grab these crackers here and look at it. They're sealed perfect. When I was opening the crackers, they had a pretty good hiss to it. So I was very happy with that. And one thing, you can always tell the crackers are good when they're not sticking to the bag. In 26 years, and look at it, they're perfect. They're not broken at all. Amazing. Next thing we want to look at is the pears, and it says you can reconstitute them with a couple of ounces of water. I've tried that before, and it wasn't really that good. So we're going to use the world's smallest knife, and that's available in the kit store, which will be in the description and also in the comments. Razor sharp knife. So anyway, look at the color of these freeze-dried pears, and it comes out just about perfect. Just a little corner was broken. I've had these before, but they weren't that white. They were kind of brown. Now we'll go ahead and open up the oatmeal chocolate-covered cookie, and look at this. Man, this ration had to have been stored good for that cookie to be able to come out that easy. And look at it. It's not melted. It's perfect. It's just a nice, smooth-looking chocolate. And we'll go ahead and open up the peanut butter. We'll give it a little knead after 26 years. I'm sure it's going to need to be kneaded. And I'm just going to tear a small hole in it. Otherwise, I'll make a big mess. And here we have the mein, the pork chow mein. And man, this thing is really hot. So I'm squeezing everything down so I don't make a mess. And coming out of the flameless ration heater, it's hard to get a good grip on it. So take the knife, make a little notch, and we'll pour it out. And look at that. It looks fresh, and you can see the steam coming off of it. It is so hot. That flameless ration heater did a really, really good job. I mean, at this point, it's just too hot to eat. So we'll go ahead and we'll give it a try using the ForeignMRE.com spork. And this, I think, is called a water chestnut. I'm not sure. If you know, leave it in the comments. Very crisp. And, let's get this piece of paper out of there. I was surprised that it was that crunchy. I figured after all these years it would kind of be soft like a potato. So here we have a pretty good chunk of pork, and look at that. It's very tender, and it's really good, surprisingly. Now we have these noodles, and I'm not sure if these are an egg noodle. If you know, leave that in the comments. And but they were crunchy, and very fresh. They had a little bit of a stale smell to them, but they were still good. And let's go ahead and give that a taste. And surprisingly, it's very good. I mean, adding that to the pork chow mein is excellent. And now we're going to try the cherry drink. And look at that. It was clear. There's no floaties at all in there. Very, very good. And it does not taste like it's 26 years old. Not at all. So let's try the cracker here. And look, it's very crisp, just like it's fresh. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try the cracker before I put the peanut butter on there. And the cracker, it's good. Just tastes like a standard issue cracker. You wouldn't know that it was 26 years old. And look at the texture and the color of the peanut butter. And it looks like it's brand new. And tasting it was really good. There's no way you could tell that this was 26 years old. Not at all. So now we'll give the Tabasco a taste. And look at the color. It's not red like it normally is, but it smells good. It smells just like Tabasco sauce. So we're going to try a little bit of the Tabasco sauce by itself. And there it is. Looks good. And it tastes good. It's got the strong vinegary taste to it, just like regular Tabasco. And we'll put a little bit on there and try that. And look at that. It looks like we got a piece of celery and pork, and very good and kind of amazing. So I have to look at this Tabasco bottle again. And definitely good. And now this is what I've been waiting on ever since I got this ration, is this oatmeal chocolate covered. And it's very crisp. And well, look at that. It's perfect. No blooming on the chocolate. And luckily for me, I took a huge bite. And like I said, luckily for me, it was good. It wasn't rancid or bad tasting. And very, very happy with the taste. And now I'm going to take the coffee and kind of cleanse my palate a little bit. And I'm really surprised that the coffee, 26 years old, and it was perfect, right amount of cream and sugar. Now I'm going to try the freeze-dried pear, and these are good. Now this has a kind of a strange taste. It's like eating styrofoam with the pear taste to it. So I'm going to go ahead and try the oatmeal cookie with chocolate and some peanut butter, and look at that. Man, it's great. And so I was really surprised how good the peanut butter and the chocolate taste with the oatmeal cookie. It's just, wow, it was unbelievable. Here I'll try a little bit of the pear with the peanut butter. Let me get this little piece out of here. Come on. Yeah. Put it over here. And get the peanut butter, and let's try that. And again, look at that peanut butter. It's wow, nice and creamy. So let's give that a taste. And, you know, again, I was surprised at how good that tastes with the, who would have thought pears and peanut butter would taste that good? We'll go ahead and open up the wet nap, and look at that. You can pause it if you want to read all that. Really, it's hard for me to get these wet naps open, even on the new ones. They just don't open that easy, but I finally got it, and it's not very strong, but that's not what it's intended for. And it was nice and wet, and even after 26 years, and had a pleasant smell to it. So to rate this ration, I would give the pork chow mein with the noodles or without a perfect 10. Just great. And then the peanut butter, man, it's a perfect 10. It's nice and creamy. Crackers, they're really good. They taste fresh, and the freeze-dried pear is awesome. And my favorite is this oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. And and the noodles, they're nice and crunchy. They have a little bit of a stale smell to them. And look how clear that cherry was. It was excellent. And of course the coffee was perfect. You can't go wrong with that. And the Tabasco sauce, I mean, it's a perfect 10. How can you go wrong with Tabasco sauce? So as always, you can get your fresh discounted ration. You can even get one of these old brown bag rations along with American rations such as First Strike or Moore's at ForeignMRE.com. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.